Proverbs 13:20. That's what we're going to start at. Proverbs 20. So Proverbs 13:20 says, "He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed." Right? So now we'll go down to 24. Proverbs 13:24. All right, so it says, basically, a refusal to correct is a refusal to love. Love your children by disciplining them. This goes out to all the mothers. So you got to discipline your kids. You are the one that instilled this in them to make them wise and foolish. So you're supposed to teach them. If you don't teach them, they don't know they're kids. So you got to teach them. That's why the kids are the way they is today, because they don't have no leader or no parents that's leading them the right way. You know, all the parents, you know, they want to. And my thing is, I know a lot of people say you got different opinions on it. Or people saying you can't be friends with your kids. My thing is, I as the Bible said, like Jesus told his people, he said, if you obey my commandment, y'all are my friends. If you obey me, you are my friends. So I look at it like that. Yeah, I can be your friend, but you got to listen to me. As soon as you start disobeying me, then I can be your worst enemy. You see what I'm saying? But as far as if you obey me, we can be friends. We can go out, we can hang out, go play basketball together, we can go bowling, we can laugh, we can do all that together. As long as you listen to what I'm saying. So don't take the kindness for weakness. All right, so basically my name is Ken Osbourne. You know, I'm the owner of KO Trucking LLC, Generation Changers International. And I also have a book that I just completed, which is called From Prison to Power, that's on Amazon. Amazon #1 best-selling author. But my days ain't always been so bright. Right? I had my dark days. So I lost my dad when I was 5 years old. Now when my dad was alive, my dad was a fruit contractor. So he had his own business. Right? So he had his own business. So it was already instilled in me that I can do it because I seen my daddy, right, doing it. I lost my mom when I was 9 years old. And my mom, when she was alive, she showed me so much love and affection. She used to kiss me. She used to tell me that I was going to be the world, and there was nothing that I can't do. She was like, you see your father? He got his own business. She said, if he was able to get his own business and do his own thing, you can do it. It's in you to do it. It's in your blood that you can do it. You can be anything in life that you want. And just like my mama told me that I can be anything in life that I want, I don't have no kids. But listen, y'all are my kids out there because I mentor kids. And just like my mom used to tell me that I can be anything in the world that I wanted, you can be anything you want to be in the world. There's nothing that you can't do. All you got to do is put your mind to it and be willing to work hard at it. You figure out what you want and you go out there with all your might and audacity and trust in God and believe. You can do it. Anything that you want. I don't care because your mama didn't finish school, or your mom wasn't done, your dad didn't finish school. I don't care because they've been to prison. Your dad was in prison, your mom was in prison, strung out on crack. That don't matter. I don't care because you grew up in poverty. Everybody around you don't have nothing. You can be the one to make the decision to say, look, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to get my education and become somebody. You can do that. You can make that choice. You have the choice to do that. You don't have to end up like your people ended up. You can become successful. And the reason I'm doing this is because I love y'all. I want to see y'all make it, and I know y'all can make it. To all of you out in the world out there, man, you can do it. You can be anything in life that you want. You don't have to grow up like your people did. If they're not successful, you can become successful. So my mom shared all this with me. So when my mom passed, I had to go live with my aunt at 14 years old, until I was 14 years old. Now, when I was staying with my aunt didn't show me the same love and affection that my mom showed me, right? My aunt was totally opposite. She had 8 kids. My aunt would allow her kids to whoop on us. Some of them had to move out. A lot of them had to move out. A couple of them still living there. And she allowed them to whoop on us. And these was our cousins. So we was like, man, hold on, wait, y'all our cousins. Y'all not gonna be whooping on us. Y'all not our aunts. So we had to fight our cousins. So now there was a lot of bullying going on. Right? And my aunt, she was getting money from our parents being dead. So she used to take us to the Salvation Army and buy us these hand-me-down clothes that other people didn't wear. We wasn't used to that because my mom never took us to the Salvation Army to buy us no hand-me-down clothes that other people didn't wear. But my aunt did. My aunt would get to the point, she was a Christian. She kept us in church, just like my mom kept us in church. Right? But even as Christians, we still have struggles that we go through. Ain't nobody perfect. Right? So my aunt, she would get to the point, she'll say, I beat your ass. I'll beat your ass. So she would stop her right there, and all of a sudden she just started saying the whole word, cussing us out. And we wasn't used to that. Our mama never cussed at us. So the last straw, me and my auntie got into it. I was like, I'm just a little kid. I'm like, man, this house ain't big enough for me. I just said this first thing that came to my mind. A 4-bedroom house. Now I'm talking about this house ain't big enough for me. You know, kids ain't really thinking like that. She was like, well, how big do you want it to be? I said, I miss my mama. I want my mama. She said, well, your mama never coming back. I ran to my room. She said, she gone. She never coming back. I ran to my room. 2 o'clock in the morning, I packed up some clothes, and I jumped out the back window and ran to my cousin Janice's house, right? So the reason I ran to my cousin Janice's house, because I used to stay the night at Janice's house when my mom was alive. And Janice had a daughter my age, right? So, and that was my best cousin. We'd be fighting and everything, you know, and she'll start scratching me up, I run, turn around, punch and run. She'll get me in the corner, I'm in the corner, she's scratching me up, you know what I'm saying? I'm balled up. So we had fun. This was my cousin. We was best cousins, right? So that's why I ran to Janice's house. And then Janice had a brother also. And Janice's brother was staying there. He was in the drug game, right? He had the money, cars, women, everything. I'm like, man, he balling out of control. This might be the place to be. And then I had another cousin over there that was staying over there that had a lot of kids. Even Janice's daughter had a lot of kids. She got 8 kids, right? So there was a lot of freedom going on. So I'm like, man, I can have freedom over here. So I ran to Janice's house. So I told Janice that I don't want to live with our auntie anymore, because she was wondering, well, what you doing up 2 o'clock in the morning? Yeah. Well, auntie gonna kill you. I said, man, I ran away from Aunt's house. I don't want to live there anymore. Can I live with you? She said she was going to talk to auntie in the morning. She ended up talking to my auntie, and my auntie gave her custody. Right? So I started living with Janice, and Janice's only rule was that I take my behind to school and stay in school. That was the only rule, stay in school. Janice worked a lot. So as long as I stayed in school, it was okay. So I started hanging out with all the wrong people. I started hanging out with all these people that wanted to sell drugs, that wanted to do drugs, that wanted to rob, that wanted to steal. I should have never ran away from my auntie's house. Because the part of my hope to escape by running away was replaced by even bigger problems on the streets. I didn't have no rules or no guidance. And you need rules and guidance if you're planning on making it and being successful in this world. Plus you need discipline. And I had none of that. When you think about running away, you probably imagine that there will be no more rules. No parents to tell you what to do. No more fights. That sounds great and exciting, right? Running away is anything but fun. When you run away, you face new problems, like not having any money, food to eat, a safe place to sleep, or anyone to look out for you. People with no home and no money get desperate, doing things that others wouldn't normally do to make money. I should have talked to my other aunts about it. A close relative, a counselor, teacher, or another trusted adult. Kids are scared to talk about things. They don't talk. But y'all need to start talking. So I found myself hanging out with all the wrong people. Found myself in jail at 16 years old for aggravated assault on a police officer. The officer said I tried to aim the gun at him. I didn't try to aim the gun at the police. I had a gun, but all I was trying to do to get rid of the gun. The wrong thing I did was had the gun. And we was walking through a Caucasian neighborhood. So I said, man, I wanted to feel a kick. So I pulled a gun out and started shooting it up in the air. They called the police, which was real stupid of me to do. Having a gun in the first place, and then shooting it up in the air in a Caucasian neighborhood. They called the police. By the time we came out the other side, the police was right there. They were like, man, somebody called the police and said y'all was shooting a gun. We finna search y'all. They had all us to line up. We lined up in the line. So my thing, I was already thinking, I got the pistol. I'm like the fourth in line. I said, as soon as they get to me, I'm gonna take off running, because I'm not finna get caught with this pistol and go to prison. So they searched everybody else. As soon as they got to me, before they could say, put your hands in the air, as soon as they said, put, I took off running. And I started running through the woods. And when I got around the corner when I thought that he couldn't see me, I pulled out the gun and I tossed the gun and kept running. By the time I came out the other side, the police was already there and they had it blocked off. So I just got down on my knees, put my hand behind my back. They put me in a police car. They searched the woods, found the gun, and came back and told me that they're going to charge me with aggravated assault on a police officer. I went to jail. I went to the detention center first. But then they duplicated me as an adult and put me in the county jail with all the big boys. I sat there for 6 months. After 6 months, I ended up beating the case, going to trial. And I got out. Got back into the street, started hanging with all these knuckleheads, robbing, stealing, snatching purses, snorting powder, breaking in houses, all that crazy stuff. In and out of jail. Until I was 19 years old. 19 years old, I found myself in prison for the first time in my life. My body was tired, physically tired. I was tired from all the powder I was snorting. I was tired from all the weed I was smoking. I was tired from all the Hennessy I was drinking. I was tired from running the streets all night and all day with no job and no education. I needed this vacation. I needed something that was going to slow me down because I was headed nowhere fast. It was either going to be death or prison for the rest of my life. But God spared my life. In prison, the police talked to me in a kind of way. They spit in my face. They told me when to eat, when to take a shower, and when to go to bed. They treated me like an animal. People was getting raped in prison. And people was getting murdered. And the food was disgusting. It made me want to throw up. But I had no choice but to eat it if I wanted to survive. All the homies that was down with me when I was locked up, I didn't even hear from them anymore. They didn't write me, come visit me, or send me a dime. See, your homeboys and homegirls, they forget about you when you're locked up. So they used to sit outside every morning on the rec yard, right, for cleanup. And then you had some people had to stay in and clean up. My thing was going out on the rec yard, getting on the push-ups, getting swole, getting on the pull-ups, getting on them dips, riding them things out, just getting swole. So the past time, I built a passion for rap music. So we used to all go to the bench, and everybody would crowd around the bench, and you would have somebody beating on the bench, making the beats like this. Making the beats like that, and you would have me in the middle, right? And I'd be in the middle rapping. The music I was making, it was promoting violence, sex, drugs, and guns. All this crazy stuff. So the music went kind of like this. Every day I hustle hard just to reach the stars. My candy-coated Buick bring pain to these other cars. Rolling down these messed up streets where I put time in. To escape them veterans, you can say it's perfect timing. My life was based on numbers, selling dope and smoking weed. Didn't give up. So what? I got 2 mouths to feed. So it went kind of like that. So the guys that was in there, they were like, KO, when you get out, boy, don't let it go, don't let it go. Because see, they was in that kind of lifestyle, because they came from it just like me. So I was like, when I get out, I ain't gonna let it go, I ain't gonna let it go, bro. After 16 months, I ended up getting out and going to work release. And basically, what work release was, it was ran just like prison, right? The same officers that worked in prison, they worked in work release. So, only difference, they allowed you to go home on the weekends for 8 hours and you always have to come back. And they allowed you to get a job. That was the good thing about it, because they allowed you to get a job to put money in your pocket, so when you get out, you have money and to be used to society. So it was the same thing as in prison that I did in work release. Once I got done working, I used to go out, work out, walk around the track, and we had a little more freedom of talking on the phones. So I used to get on the phone a lot and talk to my girlfriend. Now I had a cousin that was out. He seen my girlfriend and he gave her his phone number and told her to have me to give him a call. This same cousin, before I went in, he was living in poverty. He was fat, black, hair nappy, musky, pants falling down, so when he walked, you can see his crack when he walking and stuff like that, though. So when I called him, he was like, cuz, it ain't like it used to be. He said, boy, it came up. He said, boy, it came up on big time drug dealer. He said, I'm gonna put you on when you get out. So he I am, I hung the phone, I'm all happy, walk around the compound, chest stuck out. Yeah, y'all need to come holler at me when you get out. Telling all my homeboys that were locked up with me, right? From my hometown, I'm like, yeah, y'all need to come holler at me. I'm gonna be a big time drug dealer. You see, I was excited about getting out and becoming a big time drug dealer, jumping back head first back into the game. I was happy about getting out, hooking up with the same kind of people that had me in the trouble I was already in. I was happy about getting out, hooking up with somebody that didn't want anything out of life. I was still trapped inside of a mental prison. And since a lot of y'all still trapped inside of a mental prison, you still hooking up with people that want to do drugs and smoke weed all day. You still want to party and pop pills and run with high school dropouts and make babies and don't want to take care of them. You still walking around with your pants down with that prison mentality, advertising your booty. Lowride started in prison as a way to tell prisoners you was a punk. You don't even know the meaning of it. You just doing it because you see everybody else doing it. You a follower. You're not a leader. Every time you follow someone else, you keep finding yourself in the same situations. The definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results. And a lot of y'all are insane because you keep doing the same things over and over again, and nothing has changed. Can't you see that? I mean, even a blind man would be able to see that. You see the blood gushing out your forehead from hitting in the same spot, and you continuously hit it. That's insane, bro. They need to take you to a shrink. Listen to me. around people that are winning in life. Who are you around? Write that down. Who are you around?
Yeah.
I need you to think about that.
Yeah.
This is a matter of life and death.
Yeah.
I had a partner named JT. Me and JT was like this. When you seen JT, you seen me. Yeah. JT daddy used to beat up on his mom. I'm talking about like, boom, punch in the eye, black pick up, boom, slam on the ground and everything. When JT was 15 years old, he ended up pulling out a gun and shooting his daddy a couple times. Pow, pow, pow. Wow. He ended up going to jail and staying in the jail for a couple of days, but they let him out. Detention center actually, because he was only 15. Yeah. So when JT got out of the detention center, JT had so much street cred, everybody was scared of JT. They were like, well, man, I ain't messing with him. If he was able to shoot his daddy, I know he'll shoot me, so I ain't even finna mess with him. But the thing about JT was, JT couldn't fight a lick. If you caught JT without that pistol, you'll put a whooping on him. As long as you didn't catch him, as long as you caught him when he went around me and my cousin, who was boxers at the time. My cousin was a professional boxer. But if you caught him by himself, you might do something to him as long as he didn't have that gun, because if he had that gun, you're going to get shot. Yeah. So nobody didn't mess with JT. Yeah. So me and JT, man, like I said, we was like this. One day, JT decided to go hang out with somebody that he had never hung out with before. We never knew JT to hang out with this cat. The cat that JT was hanging out with, this cat was robbing everybody, right? He was robbing all these drug dealers, taking their drugs and taking their money and stuff like that. JT wasn't into that kind of stuff. JT, he sold a little dope. He liked to shoot dice a lot. He made a lot of money off gambling. That was JT motto, gambling. But he decided to hang with somebody else. So the people that this guy had been robbing from Miami, they was in town looking for this cat, right? So when they see my homeboy JT and this cat ride around in the neighborhood, automatically they pulled out a chopper, if anybody know what a chopper is, and they started drumming right into the car. One of the bullets hit my homeboy JT in the back of the head and came out the front. Put a big hole in his head, almost blew his head off. I get a call a couple hours later that my homeboy JT is still in the car dead. I ride out there, take me 30 minutes, sure enough, he's still in the car dead. They got the yellow tape roped up, they got the sheet over his head, investigating the crime scene. The dude that he was with, that they was looking for, he got away. He ended up jumping out the car and running away. See, the thing about it, if my homeboy JT would have never been with this cat, he still would have been alive today. But because he chose to hang around somebody he shouldn't even hang around, that's doing all this robbing and stealing, doing all the wrong thing, he lost his life behind it. So when I tell y'all who you hang around is very important, it's very important. It's a matter of life and death. This ain't no game. This serious. It's a matter of life and death. The people you hang around could get you killed. So I need you to think about that. So Proverbs verse 20 said, become wise by walking with the wise. Hang out with fools, watch your life fall to pieces. So the reason the Bible is telling you this because Jesus, he tried to make life better for us, right? He want to see us live. He want to see us survive. Yeah. He already know what can happen. Yeah. So he put it in his word for us to be wise. And when you don't be wise, that's what happens. So as I close today, I really want you to think about that. Who are you around? Yeah. Write it down. Who are you around? Thank you. That's my time. Ken Osbourne, thank y'all.